We welcome you back. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland, the big brothers and sisters San Antonio Open, Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes. Semi-final action against Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. Sun has popped out. Kent Steffes putting the ball in play. And here we go. Ricky Luyties right off the bat, dug by Steffes. Over to Luyties, and he puts it away. So Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff get a break and a side out. 1-15 to advance into our final.
Always important to get off to a good start, particularly if you're Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties. They got a bit of a break throughout the losers bracket when Troy Tanner had to take a forfeit. They got a little bit of an extra rest.
Brent Frohoff with the serve. And on two, Kent Steffes popping it over. You watch Karch and Kent very carefully today. What has been their problem so far?
Kent Steffes not siding out particularly well. Karch Kiraly very frustrated that his younger partner is not clicking in or listening to his side-out calls, his direction of where he wants to go. And I was watching very closely. I think Karch has got to call his partner a beat earlier if he possibly can. They're not siding out well, and Kent Steffes given up a number of points.
So Ricky Luyties will have the ball. Luyties, the 1991 U.S. Open champion. That played at Hermosa Beach, 30 years old. He's got a birthday in a couple of days. Steffes bingoes one. Down the pipe, Kent Steffes with the kill.
Obviously, no problem with that effort. Big and strong and young. 40 career wins already, tied with Ron Lang.
And Steffes' jump serve goes long. Crowd starting to file in here. Not as big a crowd as last year. A couple of factors. The wind has been threatening. We had 9 inches of rain just a few days ago. And, of course, it's Mother's Day as we put this thing down for you. And a lot of people are spending it with their moms at the moment, but it's getting more crowded. So as the day wears on, we expect the crowd to continue. Karch digs his old partner, Brent Frohoff.
That's a great set.
And he chops it down.
What a fabulous set by Kent Steffes. Excellent play all the way around to save the point. Frohoff and Luyties obviously have to convert early and when they have opportunities.
The Offensive Player of the Year, 3 straight, 1990 to 92. Also been the most valuable player twice. He and Randy Stokos have literally split that award the last few years. Here comes Brent Frohoff. And there he goes. Brent Frohoff is 29 years old. He was born at St. Michael's Hospital in Hermosa Beach, which is no longer there. Lost funding when the South Bay Hospital took over. He weighed 9 pounds at birth, so he's a big little youngster. And he gives the blocking signal. He'll stay up and block some of the time as Ricky will serve. Trying to conserve energy. No score, early action here in our semifinal. Karch and Kent, not used to being in the semifinal. Ricky and Brent are, as that ball is called a lift. Our first referee today is a very good one, Greg Krause. And Karch is saying, wait a second, what kind of a call was that? And our second official is Jeff Jordan.
Not so sure I like the strategy of Ricky Luyties staying back and playing defense. I think he matches up, one of the few players that matches up very, very well with both Karch and Kent in front of their hitting offensively. But I guess he just wants to really concentrate when he's back there jump serving.
Brent Frohoff pumps one down the line. And the side out. And he will turn as we tape tomorrow. He'll turn 30. Happy birthday to Brent Frohoff with the jumper. Wouldn't he like to beat his old partner, Kenton Karch? Down the line goes Steffes, side out. Still no score. Early action. And Karch Kiraly will put the ball in play.
Well, these two teams are getting an awful lot of one another the last couple of weeks. They met in the semifinals last week in Austin, then again in the finals as Frohoff and Luyties successfully came back through the losers or contenders bracket. And they did exactly the same thing. Hotly contested semifinal match earlier today, won 15-9 by Kiraly and Steffes.
Ricky Luyties popped one out of bounds, so Kiraly and Steffes scored the first point. Kiraly wearing the pink hat for identification. If you're a volleyball fan and you don't know Karch, well, you have to become a bigger fan because he is the most recognizable and popular figure in the sport. Most people think Karch blocked. St. John Smith fans would argue maybe. Randy Stokos fans, and Karch kills it. Make that Kent with the kill. Kent with the white hat. Playing good guy today. 2-0 Kiraly and Steffes.
Steffes can hit from either the right or left side. I'd really like to see Kent Steffes play a couple tournaments on the left, but that's never going to happen as long as he plays with Karch Kiraly. He can be very, very effective over on that side.
Luyties And Steffes stuffs it right back. So Kent Steffes improving as a blocker. Kent, his 5th year as a professional, born in Ann Arbor, Michigan, of all places, and came out to California.
Really ironic that both Kirai and Steffes were born in the state of Michigan, not too many miles apart, and it took them a 2,500-mile trek by their families to the West Coast to finally get together as professionals.
Karch now living in San Clemente, California, with his wife Jana, and he has a couple of robust little sons. They were a little worried about some of those sons when they came out. Christian and Corey, a little small at birth, but they have turned into like 2 Mongos.
Well, what you're looking at right there, is called favorable genetics, right there.
Karch with the serve. It's 3-0. Karch and Kent lead Ricky and Brent. And Ricky bombs one hard. Ricky Luyties will be 31 on May 14th. He was born in Malibu, California, now lives in San Diego. 6 wins in his career. He's got 3 with Adam Johnson. He won 1 with Brent Frohoff last year, 1 with Mike Dodd, and his first one with Karch back in 1988 at Manhattan Beach. Not here. Big chance. Luyties has it. Look for the big bomb here. Sunderland says he has to swing, and he does. That's a downer. 3-1. You like him swinging up there?
Absolutely, absolutely. There are times when you're in trouble or the ball's set too tight that you got to pokey the ball and do what is ever necessary. But Luyties is so gifted and so strong, you got to challenge the block. I think overall he will have much more success if he consistently hits all the good sets.
1 serving 3. That's a great serve, and that is an ace for Ricky Luyties. So Karch and Kent get the first 3 points. Ricky and Brent, the next 2, will take a timeout on the sand. 7:19 to go. Semifinal action here in San Antonio. 3-2. Some of our finishers, St. John Smith, Randy Stokos in 4th. Disappointing for that group. Dan Verbalovich and Troy Tanner, they were playing very well until Troy Tanner sprained his ankle. But he will play next week, I'm told. John Hanley and David Swadek, we talked about them. The old guy and the young guy placing 5th. Brian Lewis and Mike Whitmarsh in 7th place. Another disappointing finish for them. Scott Friedrichs and Tim Walmer, they were playing well. Walmer sprained his ankle. Lots of sprained ankles this week. Javi Dodd gone home 9th place. Jose Loyola, Eduardo Anjinho, the Brazilians get 9th. They did not play very well. Had trouble serving, I was told. How about Steve Timmons and Eric Wirtz? They got a 9th. And the ACK is back. Scott Akatubby and Eric Fenoy Moana in 9th place. And next week, we're going to try to show you a little footage of Scott Akatubby in action. He was gone by the time I got here, Paul, but I heard he played pretty well. You saw him.
I talked to him. I talked to him for a while. He looked strong to me, and I said, look, Ack, are you going to play every week now, or are you going to play one, rest one? He says, I want to come out and play every week the rest of the season. I watched him play. He's doing everything but jump serving. His trainer, who I think is also Jeremy the Troll Subban, said you got to eliminate something from your game early. But you're not going to eliminate that from Karch. I was very, very happy to see Scott Akatubby back on tour. He seemed happy to be back, and all the players were glad to have him, and he performed very, very well.
11-9 is our score. Long rally there. A chance for Frohoff and Luyties. Karch and Kent will serve. If you're wondering what happened to Brian Ivy with national team commitments. So Akatubby picking up Eric Fenoy Moana. How long that partnership will last, wait to be seen. I think everybody wants to see Ak play a couple of weeks, and then you might get some big time offers, some of those big studs looking for partners. So here's Frohoff, 11-9. Or 9 serving 11 if you like service 4 first. Kent Kingo's one through.
I know that Steve Timmons and Eric Wirtz played very well this weekend, but remember the team of Scott Akatubby and Steve Timmons. They were very successful a couple of years ago. Getting to Kent Steffes deep down the middle, and he is just too quick getting to the ball. You got a block on that. Look at the play on before.
And a good shot, and a nice set by Brent Frohoff, doing the mambo and the limbo underneath.
Well, he gets an excellent position. I'm speaking of Brent Frohoff to set the ball. The key is you get your body parallel to the net early, take the ball high, deep dishes it, and Luyties able to crank right through the arms of the block of Kirai and Steffes.
Fro and Luyties down by 2. What an upset this would be if they could knock Karch and Kent out of the tournament. A reminder that Brooke Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson, for the first time ever together, have won the winner's bracket. They knocked off Smith and Stokos. They beat Karch and Kent in succession. They are undefeated. And as Paul told you a little earlier, Brooke Vandeweghe looking for his first ever Open victory. and he's got his best chance ever to get it. He's never won a winner's bracket. Here comes Frohoff, and good call by Ricky.
And for Adam Johnson, it's been a while since he's won on the Miller Lite Tour. Won the FIVB tournament earlier in the year with Ken Steffes down in Rio, but hasn't won out here and is long overdue. Had that fabulous year in 1991 with Ricky Luyties. But a hungry player. Brooke Vandeweghe really blocked well against Smith and Stokos and against Kirian Steffes. And Kirian Steffes had a 13-10 lead in the latter stages of that match and figured they had it in the bag. I said, Karch, didn't you think you had it? And he said, well, yeah. And you know not to ask a follow-up then.
2-point lead for Karch and Kent. Frohoff, block, score. Kent up high. That makes it 12-9. So Kirian Steffes get a little breathing room. They now lead by 3. And once again, Karch will serve. Coming out of the left corner and working on Ricky. Ooh, Ricky is really hitting well today, hitting high and hard.
And Luyties has received 20 serves. Brent Frohoff only 9. So maybe another reason why Ricky Luyties is jump serving and then playing defense. Kirian Steffes serving him a lot of balls, trying to wear him down and take him out of the game.
Luyties into the net. So the jump serve does not connect. I have a little theory about Ken Steffes, Paul. You want to hear it?
Sure.
You know, we're talking about spells. Maybe he's not quite as interested in winning and as hungry as he used to be. He has so many things going on in his life. He's going to school. He's taking land navigation. He has to go to the bank. He's managing people's money. He wants to be a corporate raider. He's reading the Wall Street Journal. Maybe he's not putting enough time in just thinking about volleyball. Women,
well, tough.
I mean, stuff like that.
You know, I mean, tough. If you don't put in the time and you don't concentrate, I mean, you know, I think a lot of people would like
demands
to have...
on his time. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you decide about what those demands are. You control your own time. And if he's not as hungry and has all those other interests, and I agree with you, and it's starting to stay on the court. It's starting to show on the court, I should say.
Bad set there by Karch Kirian. He bumped it backwards, and suddenly Frohoff and Luyties are within 2. Developed into a pretty nifty semifinal. Frohoff in the headband, and they'll serve Karch. Frohoff with the spear job.
Right off the top of the block of Ricky Luyties.
Couldn't quite get it there.
Diving Brent Frohoff tries in vain to keep the rally alive. The side out to Kirian and Steffes.
One more look at Brent Frohoff giving it his all on defense.
Archie with the serve. Up by 2.
Luyties needs to block a ball. Ricky Luyties has blocked only 1 ball. There really haven't been that many stuffs. Kent Steffes has 2, Ricky Luyties with only 1. But that's where Luyties and Frohoff can get some momentum.
All right, water break, water break. We're coming back. Karch and Kent lead by 2. Sisters and little sisters. San Antonio Open, 12-10 is our score. I'm Chris Marlowe. My pod is Paul Sunderland. Luyties and Frohoff battling Kent and Karch. Been a good semifinal. Kent and Karch jumped out, led 8-2. Ricky and Brent fought back. Came back to 9-6. Then Karch and Kent pulled out just a bit. Brent and Ricky coming back. It's now 12-10.
Excuse me, but the energy and pace of this match is very much like the finals of the winner's bracket, where Kirian Steffes lost to Adam.
Oh, he called a throw on Karch. Excuse me, Paul.
No, you gotta point that out. It gives
double contact on Kirian. So Luyties and Frohoff within 1 now. Greg Krause making the call.
Once again, one of the most difficult things to discern on the slow-mo replay, and also for the officials. But Greg Krause, no hesitation. You could see his arm go up and signal point as soon as Karch touched that ball.
That set is back a little. Frohoff is there. This could be to tie it up. Perfect set. And Karch leaping. Keeping it in play. Big play here. Frohoff and Luyties need it to tie. Got it. And Lakita Park is rumbling here. 12-12 semifinal.
Exactly my point. Kirian Steffes allowed Adam Johnson and Brooke Vandeweghe to hang around to side out for a while. They were up 13-10. And same pacing, same feel to this match against Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties. They got back in the game, and then they've just hung around, scored a couple from the good side when it really mattered, and now we've got it all tied up at 12.
So 12-9, Kirian Steffes now has given up 3 straight points. The strategy served Kent Steffes, at least at the moment. And this is a big play right here for Ricky and Brent. They have to get the ball to Kent Steffes. Karch having a little trouble setting. Steffes has made a couple of hitting errors, and it's really up mental discipline. Frohoff and Luyties have to come out and serve the right guy here.
Well, Ricky Luyties is going to go back and talk to Brent Frohoff right now as he passes by, goes back to serve. But this is the last point that they will have a chance to score before another side switch. They got to get 13.
And they serve the wrong guy. They serve Karch. Let's see if Karch makes him eat it. No, Brent dug him to take the lead. First time in this one. No, Karch blocks him right back.
Boy, that is a huge, huge play. And Kirai very conservative with the shot after of a pretty marginal set from Kent Steffes. Just going deep middle. Frohoff ate it up, but could not score. Look at Frohoff going cross court and Kirai with a clutch stuff. Tight set.
And Ricky bombs it down the line. Ricky Luyties. Kirai, the competitor, and he is starting to seethe inside those Killaloop sunglasses. Taking a little air here. 12-12, a minute 31 to go in this game. And another 20-second timeout taken by...
I'm not sure who. I think Frohoff might have taken that.
Think so?
Yeah, I think he did.
All right, we'll take a quick... No. All right, I'm told now we're going to stay here as Fro gets a little water and Ricky takes a couple of breaths. Ricky's doing a lot of work. He's doing blocking at the net. He's getting a lot of serves. He's huffing and puffing just a bit.
Well, Frohoff and Luyties have one more sand timeout left. And I think a pretty smart play. I think Brent Frohoff felt that he needed a second just to gather himself for this big play.
Say whoever gets this 13th point will win this game. Karch inside he goes.
Can you believe they served Kirai twice in a row at 12 all? I'm really surprised by that.
They got 1 point opportunity. They didn't get a point. They had a chance. And now Karch will serve 12-12. Going to Brent. And over down the line. Great communication between Frohoff and Luyties. One of the reasons they like playing together. They're very good friends, and they get along well, and they listen to each other, and they have confidence.
That's important. They do indeed respect one another, and they also both set the ball very, very well. The key for them is blocking by Ricky Luyties, jump serving from Frohoff, and play some defense.
Steffes chopping out. Steffes hit another ball out. And Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff lead. 13-12. The cut shot hit the net and went out. A minute 15 to go, and Frohoff and Luyties 2 points away from the upset. Now Frohoff and Luyties go to the bad side, but they have a 1 point lead, Paul. 13-12. Strategy now for Frohoff and Luyties. Serve, Kent.
Yeah, I would put the ball on Steffes, but Kirai and Steffes on the good side. You've got to figure they're feeling very comfortable to side out. But from the bad side, Luyties has really got to concentrate on blocking a ball if he possibly can. Only blocked one ball, I believe, or let's check for Ricky Luyties. Only one stuff blocked throughout the course of this game. He needs to get a stuff right here.
Working on Kent, looking for point number 14. Ricky couldn't get that one. Good shot by Steffes. Kind of a unique pressure that the partner of Kent, of the Karch Kirai faces whenever you play with Karch. So much is expected, and young Kent Steffes has handled it beautifully through the years.
Steffes not lacking in confidence.
No, but he's only 25 years old. He's getting indoctrination. Karch with a block. It's 13-12. Trying to save point here. Luyties, bingo. Luyties. He looks like today he's in the form that made him the 1991 U.S. champion. Really playing well.
And how many balls has Ricky Luyties dinked or chopped around? He is swinging at ball after ball after ball and challenging the block. Sure, he may get stuffed once in a while, but I think his hitting numbers will be much better the more aggressive he stays.
Frohoff and Luyties by one. They serve Kirai this time. Karch. And Karch goes deep into the corner. You know, it'd be a good strategy for Frohoff and Luyties if they ever get the ball back is to try a short serve on Kent. Just dink it in there, and then the pass is close to the net, the set's close to the net, and let Ricky go after it.
Also, the set has to usually then come over the top of Kent's head, and he won't have a good look at where Ricky's hands are.
Brent Frohoff has been very, very steady. Side out. So Frohoff and Luyties trying to get a point on the bad side against the reigning king and Old Spice, king of the beach, the Kings, Karch and Kent. Serving Lollipop Bill. Kent, and Kent bingoes that one. Now, it seems like they're really trying to get the ball to Kent, and that has eased up the serve just a bit.
47 seconds left, 13-12, Frohoff and Luyties lead. And you know, we've talked good side, bad side, but it's not like it's a howling gale out here. The breeze has died as this match has gone on.
Not a howling gale. It's more like a screaming Alice. Luyties punches one through on the inside. So clock is definitely becoming a factor. 42.5 seconds to go in the game. And keep in mind, you only have to be ahead by 1 if the clock runs out. Time on Luyties and Frohoff's side right now. Frohoff going to dial up the jumper. Brooke Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson await the winner. Pretty good serve. Karch handled it. Here he comes. And out of the reach of Frohoff. Frohoff was going there, Paul. He was expecting a little more of an off-speed shot. Didn't get it.
I think you got to get Sandy on that shot. You got to somehow try to get a hand on that ball. And if nothing else, you keep the ball in play. You run time off the clock, and they're still in the lead.
38 seconds. Frohoff and Luyties trying to side it out. Luyties got it again. Ricky Luyties is pumped up. He was 6'2", 175 when he got to UCLA. He did 300 push-ups and sit-ups every single day to get where he is now. And he is looking good.
And he and Reed Sinahar, a longtime friend at UCLA, both know where the weight room is.
And over him he goes. And Steffes, just under 28 seconds to play. Karch and Kent still trailing by 1. Tense action here in San Antonio, Texas.
Under half a minute.
Luyties. Off Karch, another side out.
Luyties is going to swing and swing hard at every ball as we get down now to 22 seconds. And if Frohoff and Luyties can scratch one out on the board, you've got to figure they may well indeed be on their way to the finals. Kirai was there. The ball went through his arm.
13-12, Luyties and Frohoff by 1. 22.5 seconds to go. Ken Karch got a side out real quick here. And they do. So a little confusion there. Luyties backing off the net, kind of backing up into the I formation. Strategy now for Karch and Kent.
Got to serve tough. They're on the good side. Have to figure. At this point, you have to have complete confidence that you can side out from the good side and got to serve a little tougher here. Going to Frohoff.
Pretty good set. Frohoff again. Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties. 11.5 seconds to go in the game. They are ahead by 1, trying to knock out Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes.
11 seconds to play.
Kiraly and Steffes going to get 1, maybe 2 more chances to score.
It's up. Time running down 5 seconds. Frohoff. Keep it in play. Karch, terminate. 1 second to go. So Karch and Kent will have a chance. They will have a chance to send it to sudden death. Luyties and Frohoff, they tried to run out the clock. They could not do it. So here we go. 1 more play in regulation. A minute. Make that 1.5 seconds and a timeout taken by Frohoff and Luyties.
I'm not so sure about the timeout. It shows that maybe you don't have so much confidence and you have to sit and think about it. Very reminiscent of Adam Johnson and Ricky Luyties' first victory at Milwaukee when Luyties had to side out once and he bombed down the line to win it for Adam Johnson and Ricky Luyties. And Luyties got to be thinking right now he might well indeed see that last serve. If you're Kiraly and Steffes, you wonder who you're going to go to. Tight set here almost gave Kiraly and Steffes some life, and then Steffes knows the clock's running down. He doesn't have time for past that hit. He goes just very quickly on 2 to Karch Kiraly.
So Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes now discussing their strategy. They have 1.5 seconds. They have 1 play to tie it up. Steffes, it looks like he's going to float serve. And he'll go to the net and block, it looks like, and Karch will play defense. Frohoff and Luyties need 1 side out to win this.
You've got to serve this ball in the court. You have to have confidence that you can dig or block a ball, and they go to Frohoff.
For the win right here. Fro. Yes! Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff have upset Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes and knocked them out of the tournament.